To environment of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. It is great to see so many faces this morning, so thank you. Let's see, how about we have Nate or Diana to come and join us?
So all this morning.
Good morning, everybody. We have just one guy here this morning, that's two here, and my dad is his father for Taste2Tour. This evening we stand and do it well.
Yeah. Here we go. 818. All right. Well, since I got $5 last Tuesday, if you have $5 for the last week or this week, never mind. And then you have all that. That's how we do it.
I wanted to about
I have $5 since I'm with that circumstance not very collaborative effort with Andrew and Ron, which is a great job. Stand back here like her and find out that City Town Road from January to me through that was the first two section. Second, which section started on the 29th and it's July 9. Thursday, and well, and we have to go to the next one, the other thing that we're goes to just in case of an allergy or but it's not working for and so the little and of course I have a lot of one, talk about that was the last Sunday, and that, so I'm the add to this table, to build this service. And I want to do this offer, we put and then one person will pass to us, I demonstrate that Morgan's all working this morning. So I think I'll just really support it. Well, I'll give that to all, and I'm going to hit the creative topics that we're all like to do. So I do a little I have the 1, 2, and 3 grants that were ready for $1 million again. And for some year, I wrote the sponsors of medical grant. We had money to start guys to so we were living with us and most people money coming in.
One was at another guy also, I don't know if you know, I think it's, had been very young in the hospital. And he started into rehab today, he did find some symptoms on the blood, had to go in and have that taken care of. He was coming out and Mickey was assisted doing a good job of handling that, so, you know, if you think someone will work hard, I'm sure we appreciate it. And the second was I had a vacation and went to Hawaii this past week, the week before. And it was the rainiest vacation I ever had. But it was the coolest vacation with my family, because we had lots of family time. Until all the hotels lost their electricity, there was no restaurants, there was no food. All the amusements were, we got out to Arizona, but I thought it was in the general, because the wind was so good. I was doing this till we got there. So we got them there before the worst of it, because now this week, as you saw, the flooding is really bad. But everybody kept saying that we lived there. They've had rain every day since Christmas. It's the worst year they've had in 20 years, and the economy is so bad. But Scott Adams, regardless, everybody knows it's getting money.
And you have a lot of knowledge, we can say it was. Sure, I had that was, I had a basket hour, just that I know how to do. The last that we do is mine. I have to, somebody who has smoke alarm and a system. That was not a lot of the next Thursday. Next month, I was so it's very good.
But it was, $5 very heavy dollar. We had one type of routine, we have the $1. So that was, so then there was a fight. And then there
All right, Jim.
Something like that, I really understands kind of what's going on, but all the really balls in our area are planting these trees, or in every municipality we're working on. And it's a celebration of the 250th anniversary of our community. So with that, like we're saying, like this is happening on April the 11th, mainly because there's going to be some publicity about Rotary and get the word out about Rotary. So that's kind of why I would point April the 11th. We have a little bit of a leeway with that, and I think what goes out there, Jim was out of the country. I'm not going to be going my son's track meet that day. I know that a lot of people probably have conflicts on a Saturday for the season. Maybe not everyone's out of the country, but So if it works better to do it on the tenth, we can look at that, it's probably going to be on the day. If that's the way that it works out, I know that should be it. Now, when I plant trees, just so you know, these trees are in 70-gallon containers. It's not big. 70-gallon is probably like this deep, this big around, so it's not really big and massive or anything else. So basically, if you're thinking it might be a challenge, I think it's gonna be easier than one may think. When we're thinking at the latest, you all want to be done. So really, you guys you're kind of like taking a tree out of the box, sticking it in the ground, backfill, watering it all, stating it, you're done. I really goes to the box. I think it's gonna be all that involved. So, anybody that has you know, they plant the tree, and it's gonna take a long time. I really hope it's gonna be that. So, that's just my problem. But we're really not going to know about the we're going to have that, but we're not going to have that. So. All right. I think we have we have water once it's ranked so everybody start taking gallons of eating the down because we don't burn to burn time so that exercise and it's so that and this day that's just what I feel. So that is more just that. Remember, just continually carrying continually to so also in the national level, she was national power and she's and national chocolate raising that. Presley, because I'm not going to the US or I know this, so we have to be there. That was I'm just retired the other side with the words on paper, the Google Drive, which is updated, we choose to look at it that way. But that's one thing. I'm looking for some like the primary influence associated. But it would also be nice to have a marketing program, that are available with the marketing. And that we might have there maybe all over and CDAs, things like that. And of course, dogs. So we feel very important. So we know that helps us stay off. So we're going to create a dog. So with our ourselves, so the awkwardness of the program, I go and we'll find out further copies of the appointment of the organized and so I have so those are next 2 days. So, it's not the same. Just let's
I'm sorry.
Thank you. Yep. Yep. Got it. Now you put on. And I'm used to kind of being hold of it, so. Take this with me. So thank you for inviting me first of all. My favorite slides. Just about real estate in general, because I'm there and then so I come. And I feel that I'm going back to when I think that it was my first time. I moved here in 1996, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm a city girl. And I'm like, so the York City was formed in 1731. The county was 1748. When I read this, I'm like, oh, that's interesting. So I know much about York here. Just kind of a because my husband, he was from America. There it is. So, do you know that York was America's first capital? You when the Second Congress was forced out of Philadelphia, the capital of the battle, they said, come on, Susquehanna, we got the city with the bridge, the CEO, that was their safety net. So after one day stop in Lancaster, come over here on the board in Susquehanna. And several books, so from September 30th, 1777 to June 27th, 1778, Congress met in the Memorial States. That's where they are. I know just how this is Convention Day. It might not know that day, but let's see it. This is all the first national day of Thanksgiving here in New York. Next. What was the first place they used the term America? And then you stroll downtown and see the buildings that are still in use today from the 1700s. All the beauty of the buildings downtown. Now, one of the times that the trees are gone, and then I they said the whole part. Downtown is absolutely beautiful. Just take a moment. So the mountain is much good. You don't pay much attention to it, don't at all. You don't know what's watching you, and when I say that, take a look at some of your eyes, because there are things. So you'd be surprised, and let's be honest. So you can know my hand. So it's all that. I did that time. We did not. So we talking about different things on different buildings. There's a main restaurants, even our way in New York City. I already told not Baltimore. Baltimore has this is some of the best restaurants. And you know, my page was easy to try. I love it. Yes, so when I came here, I searched out the I don't have to Montreal. In York City, you have some of the finest restaurants that we have anywhere. I'm telling you, I'm so afraid to go down there. I'm getting love. We're a small town, darn it. We could say that
It is one of the safest cities. I can walk in my down the street and still feel like it's the other day. I can walk the street now. Now, you notice it because I rainbow beat out today. And Jordan really good, and I kind of like to be playable. So here I am. It's where you see when we dress up, and now I'm talking and then myself too. So this store, I go back because I can let's see if I those two different I think that's for tour something between 2 people to 13. I say 13 because 13 people it's like great families. So they call me and say, I need to go to the already have schedule. Sure says it's happening in the months. So we have just a lot of Saturday. Say that's a lot of Saturday. I don't know travel. Like so I'm planning to stick with my year travel. I'm turning 60 this year, and it's just I'm traveling because of the range. So it's about every Saturday. It's till 1:10. So we want to send them on it. It's really not market. It really pretty good. Great story about how that story. So it's right there. We pop into 1, 2 locations on the market that we let involved. So sometimes we'll have locations, sometimes we'll be one. And then from there, we start the market. So then we start sitting back and everything there are some locations. Now I'm working on 2 currently, and that's in the works. I'm keeping in the order and be something different. The menu changes or restaurants change only when someone pulls it or they decide they don't like the one. And why I'm saying that they don't have to tour. Something market, he was another and she got off her hand there. Not that it was already, she asked me to go to stop. She says, I love to be on. Last anything so and the 45-year anniversary of that and I'm waiting for that. I don't think it's going to be that. You have any kind of events? Where a group that has taken you do this, I think you're on Saturday, I do it on Thursday. And I just have to make a arrangement again, my response, letting them know that I'm coming. On the scene, not to see texting, and that's another thing. So people think you're texting your friends. It's always times. So you'll see me texting because I'm texting the next location because I want to make sure that I know we're coming and we're ready for us. You set up. It's really ready to go. Because we're location about 15 minutes. Sometimes we linger a little bit more, and sometimes we're not, or somewhere we're not as well. So it's got to change, and I just tailor that group. So any questions? All right. So let's move on. That's you. This is it again. So that's what we're doing. It's 2024. I go and still for 2021. So I would go. So that's really separated. You know, that film had a lot of this. They have a lot of everything. So we get to that job. I came here. I woke up in the dream. Literally, I woke up in the dream and I said,
do it, and I'm lying there at the computer, and I just go up and to it. So, I finally I play a lot of time to research. I want to know what's involved. So I started researching food courses. I'm like, oh, that would be great. I'm all the way downtown. I came to town. I don't there. Again, it does remind me of food. So, so I woke up in the street. I started researching. University. Actually, the only door that we had at that time was a blue tourist. And I'm not a blue person. I'm like a lot of popular in my day. So, not letting me all the way to still singing. So, on research, there were 3 in Lancaster, 3 tours in Lancaster. There was 1 in Harrisburg at that time, and then 1 in Pittsburgh. So, all so they got this idea. This is where I'm going. And I said, yep, you're right. I'm going to do one night tour. So we went on to do one night tour just to check it out, see what it's all about. And I'm going to try to get into the worst of the world. Like, literally following everything I didn't want to do. Literally through that, fried, I need to like do together. Fried food, cheese, I already told not to fast food, and that's what I felt we were getting. Not, having like 4 times. Supervisor training and a quarter of a sub. That's all I got. Literally stuff that I myself. So I'm like, this is not for me. So we got here. When we got there, we got to the place, we didn't like tell us where we were going. My friend and I stood there, there was 10 minutes when we was really talking. I'm really like this is finally the government says, well, I don't remember how much time they went away. So I'm going to tell you, you see a big sign, hey, for that, look like that, very training. But at that point, I mean, I did the sign, I knew what restaurants I wanted. When I'm in the restaurants, in the street after that, and I said, I put my restaurants, and when I put my restaurants, they were like, the city of without counting it. Said yes. When everyone said yes, I knew it would hold on or something. And I like, I get in my head, and you let it go. And I keep going because I'm like, I guarantee you it was going to work. So after the same restaurant, I said, okay. They were going to say, no, don't song. They said, you know, it's about a year ago. And I said, that could be one about me. You'll see it. Went to them, and then I started out a Google job. So that was the 7th April. It was making sure I had that permit, my insurance, all that stuff we need to do. Then I started calling family and friends. Beginning to solve right when I went forward. I maxed out my tour. You know, as soon as I call somebody and say, hey, you need my tour, I'm going to do this tour. And before they say, yeah, I'll go. Because I'm feeding them. So I said, the only feeding I'm giving is the processing at the very end. So everybody at the survey, they go up the survey, and to be honest with you, I changed absolutely nothing. Everything was exactly what I wanted to do. Perfect. But then the word calling the things that I wanted. So from there, July 16th, 2024, my first official tour, and I know here this is my second. Let's see, that was half a year, my 4th year. This is my second tour. So it's been 2.5 years. Now 2 years. And expansion because I'm on. What's that hang on? I'm on fire.
That was my life when I had the other. So, that's exciting. So, with my dream, that dream tour turned into for my office, and I'm not all the time. So what's your name? When I first came up with school, I was in a but guess what? To show the bed. I had no idea. And again, when I was in New York. So when I gave it to New York, I said, what's the name? I said, New York. They're like, oh, I knew it was that. She's like, oh. You can do that. So yeah, you do that. So hang on. So she said, those 10 years ago, it was Taste2Tour, it was special, you're going to find that, and you don't want to associate with that. Yeah. So when I summarize everything about this is in April, and I said, I get what's the name of it? Their assistants. So the end of being finite come on the course. At the very end of the conversation with the daughter, we finalized what the menu was going to be and finalizing time wise. She says, hey, by the way, as I'm getting up, by the way, she says that one new CEO is going to be number 2. He was the number 3 before. He says that doesn't sound like a joke. She's like, think about it. See, come here, you know, she's like, friend each recognition, so I see her around the house, but there's nobody actually hates it. I tell her, she's the one who came up with the name, and one needs to stick with me, but the easy to remember. So she came up with the name, then I have a little bit of idea in my head. Once I figure out because I figured out the people that were carrying it, well, not the white letters. Changing the people and then put the white letters. I thought that would be. Alright. So, questions? However, I really want to look straight. This is our sampling of a new everything is I able so everything is scratched. Maybe right at the location is not system because it's one of the bad ones. This is not. That's the word sampling, sit back. That's just the offset, we go to soda, to the drink system. And we just add on the right hand side, we want on wiring. So we have the machine carrier to it as well. We're just on. Now, why do I do that? It's all one good. So the big tags, I do the pictures of board failure. Dressed up as Santa, that was this past Christmas. I always go back tomorrow. If I know you're going to have a birthday, you're going to look at it. If I know you're going to, that's what the anniversary, the I go and somehow. Then what I go with the ball, I possibly can tonight, you can help. This is my one job, my day job, I'm trying to I'm on that. Yeah. Nobody really return this is my fun job, and I love making it work. So that's why today, the rainbow class Saturday, just to show you I do. I'm trying to make sure the bigger the now my friends involved here because when I always have help her, especially when I do it in the people, it's like herding a cats. You gotta make sure everyone is together. You would do that. And sometimes people get distracted. They start looking up. So it's really difficult sometimes, for one person to keep people together. So it's not, you put a very bright sign and all the that. So the big question I always have is, well, so much food with a set of occasions, and I feel like, oh, when you come on my tour, you do not eat, you really want to tour. It's so filling, really stuff, you're low out. Carmen Cantano, president of my school, came on my tour, and he says, I really believe that I already do. It's a big guy. Now he's gone since then, but he was a big guy. And he told me that was perfect. Not change anything. My back, we already had to put 2 broken fingers and take it over. So he's like, don't worry, it's not really anything behind, you can stay with it. Now, in the news. So I did recently receive a grant from Taste2Tour. $1,000, this is back in October. We are going to expand and reach out for the benefit moms from bringing people in. 17% increase of amount of numbers last year, and I'm going to increase that number. So my whole goal is to truthfully, first of all, stop it. So the value is down to the response. It truly works. Secondly, I believe people don't know about your that increases the failure of New York City itself. There's so many things in New York City that are absolutely wonderful that we just don't realize. So I've been talking to my family and friends in Baltimore. I want people to come to check it out, that it is just beautiful. So that's the goal for the grants. Also, this is a result in March, this month. Next week, I guess. You host? Someone to put on is and he came on the tour and we were again, mine outreach. Now, we would have a good commentator coming on my tour. I still reach out that someone, there's a student I don't know what it's called, I'm talking to her, I can come to it. So, I'm going to wait about, or you can see it over and over what the world is all about. Now, commercial news. We do have a sample commercial news on April 18th. Combining of the scatter hundred water, you were combined. So we are dressing up, so we are dressing up pumpkin or soaking birds, and then we buy some of those pumpkins, we'll have a snack, and it's stored at the birds. So we just absolutely. Anybody know who likes to know about the bottom? So make sure you have one too. A good team mom with so it's a movie to have. You go together, you eat again, you go together, you eat again, and of course, at the very end, see who wins. So if you're interested in learning more, that is our website, taste2tour.com. That's our website. Also, on your table, put dry or that will go become a set off. So I want to take that home with you. Discuss all that.
As you said, you increased 70%. What's your based on that?
Well, based on what we know, remember, it's 2024. What's that?
I think 70% silver. What's the bottom of your number? You 37%.
So I had in the first 6 months. I don't know because I figured in the first 6 months it was 500 as yes.
And then, I would say that maybe a little bit less. For 2025, I just over 1,000. Town debts, it's 70% out of that. So knowing that, I'm going to increase that and increase the total overall. So I've been trying to get rid now. I've had my first 6 months. My first 6 months was more people than one. And you're going to check it out too. I still have like New York people, but I know my next door, the majority of them are around, and I can have 10 people scheduled on different.
Yes.
First, you mentioned that you can ask, can you make adjustments, or have you ever considered doing a complete inventory?
Yes, so I haven't considered a completely or however. We do have, I had vegans, vegetarians, pescatarians, reading, next door I don't have OT. So yes, you know, let them know in advance. And I always reach out and give them a reminder or with a questionnaire when you got the reservation or or you celebrate something, you know, you're going to a hotel. Those two, if you're going to I have any questions, I will personally read it out. Because I know my next door at the beginning of April, the jury, I said, okay, you want to specific with that, and you know specific or what that is. Or they're not specific with that, you can take me not just like I can, even in your year, I can put it out to our numbers. So like the months 10 adjustments. Yes.
The Delivers, that he said was, how do you plan to handle the expansion? Multiple tours of the same day, more days,
Yeah, so the expansion, there will be 2 days, we're going to Friday and Saturdays, and I'm going to be talking with people so that I have that, because right now, I am doing Taste2Tour. And, you know, I've been talking to some of my friends who say, oh, I think I can do that, and I'm like, oh, let's see, it takes us a degree to do what I do, I know that, I didn't think it did, but I learned. I did, it is, so I will hire people at this point in time, because I don't
should do the tour.
yeah. The start, you video, yeah. It's $75 per person, and then, like I said, the flyers you have, but they turn off, you want to use that. You know,
I'm gonna go standard like start and time to the tour.
one candidate would get on, I tell you how I for. Now I had a couple in that's what we were there. It was only 2 people that day, and we got done by 3 o'clock. We quit. 8 they were done. So I ended up taking them over to Yorktown, the group, because they'd never been there. They weren't on there. So I couldn't work out, I don't know I said, look, I told the work until 4, show you these other things. We can't do that time. So I just kind of work on time, it was just to show us, and they had a first line for that. Yeah. And I appreciate you guys having me today, and listen to me, I like it. All right, thank you, see, really good, wishing you guys the best for and I really know the company. As a thank you, we're going to have a that we don't look like to the children's library. So decided they were quiet to see that. So. Sorry. Yes. Thank you. Everyone.